The only thing is, I wish I would have did the comments, the live stream comments to show up afterwards too, just in case. But no, I'll be right back to get started. I appreciate your patience. Okay, yeah, let's have this guitar. What did you do? That? Okay. Mine, but yeah, but Sunny. 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 I'm gonna put it down to that roller. Sunny.
Oh, you're rolling. I guess that means I shouldn't go in that room then.
Okay.
That one you can keep with you right at least when I want that.
We have a good.
That one I want that. Are they the same size?
It's a smidgen bigger.
Yeah, like I said, the
I
other.
think it's a little bit funny. I'm talking for fun.
Oh, please, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Go, I'm already making money. Sonny, you're supposed to be in there so you don't get into trouble. Sonny, go in there. So, this almost didn't happen, folks, because I almost couldn't find the pick that I've been using, and my Asperger's doesn't. I guess because you hit the strings harder on your strumming hand, you can press to different strengths. Sorry, I didn't turn up the music. You can press to different strengths, different hardnesses or whatever with the fingering one. Even that, because I've been playing a bit lately, but I'm a bit out of playing often, and so it keep my hand pressed up and supple, as you can see, so there's not much in here. But yeah, it's so weird because it was here the other day. I'm not seeing it on the ground anywhere. See, it was YouTube. Way back to that was close. I can't believe it. Okay. So yes. So I'm not using the usual pick. I'm using two that are about the same size. This one's a smidgen bigger. It's kind of cool looking. And then I have a tuning, so hopefully it'll be fine. We lost a viewer because they must have been like that was here for a few seconds. I guess they were like, just kidding. I don't know. Maybe they were. Oh, he doesn't play. He's not playing with his usual pick. It's just not going to be the same. And you're right, because it's going to be different songs. So here we go with the first one. Inspired by, it's going to be goofy though with inspired by seeing them give away a trip to such on The Price is Right. Now auto scroll and it's not doing that stupid thing, so that's great. Just want to read the quick note, not that I need it, but just need it more for one I'm not as familiar with. It's telling you how to strum, which works darn well. There's a bit of simplification poetic license to make it easier for beginners. Don't know what that means. But anyway, so giving credit to the great Elvis Presley. Aculpulco, living in the rain. Aculpulco, a couple beats a day. I tell the guitars and sleepy stars to be on their way. Yes, and for those that don't know, it's sleep. It's such a beautiful morning for a holiday. Hey, you're still in bed. It's fun in Aculpulco. Aculpulco, here comes the sun. Aculpulco, it's a day for fun. I can't wait to unleash the sweet senorita. 'Cause everyone, there's no time for siesta. It's time for fun. I can't wait to unleash the senorita and kiss everyone. This is no time for siesta. This is time for fun. This is no time for siesta. This is time for fun. This is no time for siesta. It repeats that a lot, and I guess it goes back and forth. This with a D, this with an F, this with a D, this with an F, but it didn't sound any different to me. So there you hear it. Nobody's watching, so this one's a bit of a trigger. My life, about high school a little bit. Please disable an ad blocker. Why does sometimes it want to auto scroll and sometimes it doesn't? It's so weird. So I'm gonna have to find another version of that song if I can. Should have looked to see what version that was, but I don't know if there was one, to be honest. Oh, I believe it's cheating. What is the thing when it's not done in a poly way, I suppose? Well, which is not cheating. He knows that. Okay, there's only. I wonder if that's the song I think it is. Okay, let me just see. I'll go back and look in a moment. I'll try to remember. But okay, here we go. Hopefully it's not too big or a tinny sound. Yeah, but I like it though. I like it more full and I don't have my triggers touched. Just never was the biggest blue first sky. Never hit a home run when the game was tied. If from an early age wasn't gonna be Dodger the CEO of anything. So I say, yes, I can sing, but I can't sing. He believes in me, I play violin on I tried to stand up from the crowd. Most times I just struck out on the plate. So I said, let's put this in my show actually. That I've been working on. And then I just give credit to the artist and the thing. And it's only not being released anywhere. Released largely, sorry. I wonder if I should start again. But yeah, basically, this would be a good one to put in there. I just thinking about that now. I've been thinking about the song for a couple of days now, or at least a day. But never was the biggest or the fastest guy. How would I work it in? Just out of pure curiosity. Just gonna try and sit for a moment while it scrolls. Me and my friend. It was a large part of her life. Not so much being in bands, but singing. I've been in bands. I've played music for most of my life. In my 30s, I struggled. I don't drive. I don't like bars. I had a hard time getting gigs. I don't almost give it. But I don't have a degree. What was I going to say? But so it always came back to this. Never was the biggest or the fastest guy. I never hit a home run when the bird was right. If from an early age I wasn't gonna be a doctor or a CEO, so I said, she believed in me and I played fire on the mountain till it nearly made my fingers bleed. Tried to stand out from the crowd, but most times I just struck out on the plane. So I said, wasn't good enough to keep forever, just to hold her hand. Let me I love you, but it wasn't me. And I say I love you, so I said, you're so beautiful to me, but every note is faithfully. I love really everything, but I couldn't think of anything to say. So I said, no one believed in me as much as her. She was so beside me, but I was not just in this car road, there's just no word to say I might be somewhere. So I'll sing. It is well, my soul I played. I'm so tired of being alone. 'Cause those were the favorite song, and what I felt would take too long to say. So I say. Now, this next song I just heard in the playlist. As we get a view, it just came back to the tab. I don't know if it looked like you just came here, but I'm not entirely sure. And then you just left, so I don't really care. Screw you. Sorry, but just kidding. But kind of, but yeah, like why? Not even a thumbs up or a word of encouragement first, you know. Anywho, so I saw this in a playlist when I was looking up that song actually. Same singer, and I'm not as familiar with it, but I'll give it a try. For you ungrateful bastards that don't stick around, just kidding. And the grateful ones that do. Who are not much of bastards. So I don't mean to. You mean if anyone, however, it is a little rude when they do that, I must admit. And if you were doing a podcast and that happened to you, you'd think, what the heck, right? I would think. Especially if sometimes you're not getting as much recognition as you deserve. However, like I said, the video I did the other day will look quiet, but that's just because the live comments don't show afterwards. And try it for yourself. And actually, if you go and try and post a video, I've noticed, although sometimes they upgrade or there's a glitch or whatever, and one day I couldn't even post this on here because it just was not letting me advance to the next menu. But you can see for yourself that it actually, I didn't notice it the first few times actually, but it may have been there. And it was kind of like, it says, would you like to, I forget what they call it, but it gives an option to display the live chat or something like that. But then you can also do it once you're rolling too. So anywho, my back's getting a bit sore and I want to watch the videos to find out a bunch of stuff. And I don't know what we have to do. It is nice and sunny out, but it'll be warmer out tomorrow and sunny, so it's good. Anywho, but basically, yeah, so I don't know this one very well. This one called This. Says cable too, but I beg to differ. And I know I was talking about a Pink song, and I put a comment under a few other comments I felt safe to do so. And there are some lyrics I really liked, and some I really didn't. But that's like a lot of music, but I haven't taught myself into covering that one yet. This one, I mean, it isn't relatable, perhaps, but it gives me hope about life in the future, which is weird. I don't feel like I like music. I always often have the radio in the background when I'm not playing stuff on the devices, but it's like, just like with mental health, I do and don't feel, there's a lot of things that evoke things, but there's a lot of songs that I really like that. Now, I don't know at what point in his career he wrote this. I mean, it's under his own individual name, which came after the band. So, I mean, he's one to talk, not really, about like, oh, how all these things didn't work out and it made sense. But you know what? It's also in a way part of the human experience, regardless of who you are and what type of life you're living. So there is that. But I don't know. I listened to it once or twice this morning and a little while recently, and I think that it makes sense. So I have to get that pop-up to go so that I can auto-scroll. Yeah, see, that's also sometimes this site says, oh, you can't auto-scroll, let's turn off ad blocker. And then it says, oh, you can without turning off ad blocker. So it's weird. Okay, let's give it a try here. Hopefully it's lined up and corded well. Got a baby girl sleeping in my Got a baby girl sleeping in my bedroom. Down in the rain on the rooftop. Game was about to start. I don't really know how I got here, but I'm glad that I did. It's a crazy little thing, that one little thing, changing all the little things. Maybe it didn't hurt a whole lot out there. Maybe that's why I'm such a lucky man. Every stop sign I didn't make, every chance I didn't take, something me. All the nights I went through, broke my heart. All the doors that I had to close, and all the things I knew but I didn't know. Thank God I missed all I knew, 'cause it led me here to this. I could go with love, good high school. Who said, for the college I wanted to go to, till I got that letter. Be a good song for any musician to kind of write theme. All the fights and the tears and the heartaches. Right now, it all makes perfect sense. Got a roof of mine, every stop I can take, every breath all the nights I went too far. I feel my mind, all the doors that I had to close. Sorry, scrolling. All the things that I did, but I didn't know. Thank God for all I do. They all say that let me hear this. Oh, I know now I got so many angels looking out for me today. Look quite a mistake. Every stop I didn't make, every chance I did or I didn't take. Sorry, it just doesn't scroll very fast. I could change it, but then it might be too fast. All the nerves I went too far, and all the road over my life, all the doors that I had to close, all the things I knew, but I didn't know. All I do, cause it led me here to this. I know I want to close this tab, but I kind of want to keep that open. And unfortunately, nobody's been here. But I know someone who has, and for some reason, I think country, anything of this. I think of this song. And then I want to get downstairs, be more comfortable on the couch and do other things. I don't know if I want to do it karaoke. I don't know what the tube of you would say. I wonder if I should put this in the show too, though, that I'm working on. I mean, I'm not much of a songwriter. And even if I did do a couple originals, the other thing is I'd have to have the music and I'd have to have a little table, and that may or may not be hard to bike with, unless I ask for a folding table or something. Or one from MDC for this. Reload it and it will be fine and scroll just fine. It's kind of a slow song. I don't know if I go function plus, does that change the speed of it? I think it did. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank the Lord. Thank Lynn. I thank the angels, including. Okay, that's going too fast. Just a moment. I think I sang this by myself. Ready? Let me sing left. Praise the man I never knew. Lift it down the hall. I think I sang it. Every day we sang hello. And all we were dead to take back. I was how was I to know he thought I heart now it seems so sad. Everything he gave to us is gone. And the day turned into years, and memories to black and white. Oh, like the old winter wind, blowing across my heart. Greatest words I've really heard, memories I'll never hear. And I thought would never die. I see 5 years. He was good at business. There was business left to do. Early said he left me. So that was your bonus song. How many have we done now? 4? 3? 4? I think we've done 4, which is like a 1 and a 3. So do we want to make it a fabulous 5? Might be another Reba one worth doing. This is a message that I'm not perfect, but never mind. It doesn't want to. Oh yes, it does. But I do put the effort into, because people matter to me. Sometimes though, other people don't. So it's a reminder to all that are like that. And just it's a nice song. Time full of war, time full of war, repeat. In a time full of doubt, just believe. There ain't much difference between you and me, you and me. In a time full of war, repeat. In a world that hates your life, when somebody wrong, make it right. Don't hide in the dark. You were born to shine. In a world full of hate your life. La 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 la. C, B, is a G actually. La 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 la. In a place of dreams, in a time for the noise, just listen. This life is but a breeze, better live it. In a place that needs change, in a world of great realize. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Don't hide in the dark. You were born to shine. In a world full of need realize. La 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 la. In a race, lots of people saying this. You can't really slow down. You never rebound until you stop on rap. You can't go around. So you become an angel. Because the finish line is the ground. In a race, you can't really slow it down. In a world full of hate, feel like make it right. Hide in the dark. Shine. In a world full of hate, feel like sometimes we live together. Just feel like a cry. Full of hate, feel like. Now it made me think of two other songs I'm going to try and find. But also, and I also just want to quickly send something to somebody. Sit over here for a moment. Oh. I can't believe I forgot this guy these days, but it's kind of been happening, so might as well. She's online now. Okay, let me just quickly check something. It's also a bit warm in here, and I do want to. I don't know. I'm thinking passive, passive, I don't know. Okay, we have nobody here. We haven't had nobody here at all. Yeah, this will be under an hour. Have I found this one? Steve Agrisano? Oh, do I want to do that song too? I did find out who it was, but then I'm almost forgetting already. Let me just quickly check. Lansborough. One of my new online friends. Same as for dinner because I'm not much of a cook and I'm a picky eater and just, yeah, so pasta. And then, yeah. Anyway, you think you'll be able to tune in? Just going to wait for this one friend who will hopefully tune in. But it rhymes with, and after 38 years, it's just gotten a bit boring. And it also looks like you're crying. Anyway, so just no need to mention it when you come into the comments, but would love to see you there as I round this out. I'm just going to quickly, that's right, go to the washroom. So I'm on that chart channel, the one above, the, yeah. On the 23-second one or the 12-second one. And it's weird that I'm saying I don't, and you said, why not? And then you said, don't you, Olivia? Or were you thinking of it last time? Oh, but then she was starting to type before that one sent through, so. I almost like your spirit in the sky. Going on up to the spirit in the sky. This was going to be much shorter, but then I kept thinking of other songs. So, but that one's a little bit too lively, and I'd probably get a little bit wild on the guitar. So. What it rhymes with, and after 30, yeah. Someone let church another one above the, yeah. What it rhymes with, and after 38 years, it's just gotten a bit boring, and it also looks like total crime. Anyway, so there's no need to mention it when you come into the comments, but would love to see you there as I round this out. I'm just going to quickly, that's right, go watch them. Someone let church another one above the, yeah. I'm still not sure which, thanks for asking though. Clip you said you didn't catch the last bit of, but basically, yeah, I thought you had said that your friend just moved, or she is moving, I guess, and you're helping her pack. That's ironic because it's something I recently went through. But hopefully, otherwise, we'll stay in our lovely comfy home. Anyway, yeah, if you could come back in for 10, 15 minutes, I probably wouldn't be rolling much more than that. I've already been rolling for about 37 minutes. Send you a link eventually. Well, like I say, if you go to the video I sent you last night, which, you know, you can then have that open. If you're able to open in another tab, then the channel in general, then you can go to the live tab. Okay, so we'll see if that happens. Now, is this a song I'm thinking of? And it's hard because, you know, I don't know if I can do this though, because I've been trying and things have just been so slow to happen. So I might wait on that one. That I did already. Music's one of those things that evokes feelings, thoughts, things you've been through and such, right? His friend has went out of the chat, we're still online, but hasn't seen the bottom clip, but she was kind of in there. So I don't know. I suppose if she doesn't see this till after the fact, I mean, this is not a bad first one to see either, although I'd sent her the other one the other day. Cover of right in white, yellow Delaney, pink glitter in the air. It'd be so nice to have her here to associate with for a little bit, but I do want to do other things downstairs before lunch. Yeah, the sun is shining in the windy city. I sang that song actually the other day. Come to think of it, but apparently it is windy and it's kind of cold up. So I'm just going to take a few moments here of silence. I don't know if I took this off if I get chilly, but right now I'm kind of warm. The more I think about these lyrics, not only was it interesting to sing at a children's camp, interesting song choice, but I learned about it from a blind man, so and it does make me miss my childhood. One of the things that makes me miss it. But it's kind of an odd song. Okay, she's in the messages. It's kind of an odd song, and I don't know any of his other ones. Because I don't know what it's saying. That his daddy is saying that the wind is like him? I'm very confused. I was hoping he was going to join in. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow or later today. It was just the timing. You know, I did something earlier, kind of got myself a bit more awake, and then had a couple song ideas. And, you know, when they're quiet and you know, I'm not getting much activity on them. And what's making that noise? Oh, is that Polita? No. almost got to help me, but they got confused between me and Joyce and me saying that Messenger wasn't working, and then they reacted to a comment, and then days later came back and reacted to it with a care instead of I think I like. And we're just being really wonky, and yeah, so I never was able over. But I got through that day into the funeral. That was the hardest part, was kind of waiting up to the funeral. Oh, so it's just you there now. Okay. Your doer doesn't come to see the video. Cool. I'll wait. So, let's just see. And somebody just tuned in, and I'm wondering if it's who I think it is. I'll say your name, or you can comment and tell me if it's you. Your name's kind of unique. I don't actually know if you've ever met anybody else with, if it's you, if it's who I think it is, with that name. Culturally, and I guess Norwegian, I don't know if it would be popular, but the person left, so I don't think it's you, because I don't think you'd do that unless it was unintentional. Hopefully I'll keep this under an hour, but if I don't, then I don't. Just going to go quickly to the other room. I don't want to let this seat. Okay, I'll check it later. Watch. And then the people that, the friend that she's staying with who had to, I'm not saying who they are or anything like that. The friend who she's staying with, I'm wishing I'll probably come home with the daughter from softball. A hardball, rather. She's just getting her headphones. Oh, we have two people. Two became one. That does make me think of a song, but I'm not sure what you think of me doing it, and I'm not sure if I want to do it. But I think that my friend who passed away, I think I remember seeing her and her sister sing it at karaoke, or they sang a song by the same group, maybe. Anyway, this person is just, her friend's son just got back, and she's looking for her own headphones. So, and then hopefully she'll be here. It was done back undeniable. The only thing I can think of to suggest, I don't know. I am pretty diverse with music, but I don't know how. Then I'll find videos to watch and then do it. Much of the music that this person knows, I know, but I do know that we both know Pink songs. I don't know if that's telling me to do the one that I was thinking of doing earlier or not, but I've came back. There we go. Here I am. Oh, you go by something interesting on here that I'm curious to know what it means. And ironically, the second part, the sunny part, is actually our dog's name. So I'll give you a choice. So I can do a song that I'm glad that you're here. I can do a song that I kind of gave a little bit of rambles about. You probably don't know it, and it's kind of got weird lyrics, but as I was mentioning, I knew it because somebody that I knew when I was younger. I'm ancient now, but anyway, is blind. And so it kind of made sense coming from a blind person, but I don't know if the original singer is. However, we were talking about Pink the other day. If there's any Pink songs you would like to hear, feel free to put them below. And when I hear Sunny, aside from our dog, I do think of Sunny and Cher. What we often say is that it's like Sunny Delight, Sunny Disposition, Sunny and Cher, or Delight, Dispo, and Share. That's how I say it. So in the meantime, while you're thinking of Pink songs or Sunny and Cher, okay, can you make a few suggestions for me to pick from? Because I was listening to one earlier today. I don't know if it's newer or not. Some of her stuff I thought was new isn't. And it's like some of the lyrics I really loved, and some of the lyrics I just couldn't find myself singing. And that's kind of one of them. I don't know if you can think of any that are kind of happy songs of hers. While you're thinking of that, or Sunny and or Cher songs that I can share with you, I'll do "What Color Is the Wind" by Charlie Lansborough. I have to read. It seems like this site today, I have to load the page twice because it's trying to tell me to. This thing pops up the first time. In the key of, he sings this in the key of A sharp. Is there an A sharp in it? Not that I'm seeing, but there's my lazy busy F sharp. So cool. What color is the wind, Daddy? Is it yellow, red, or blue? Let me know if the guitar is too twangy or too big sounding. I can switch to the other one, but I'll have to play this through first. What color is the wind, Daddy? Is it yellow, red, or blue? What is black in my hair, Daddy? Does he do the same to you? Oh, before I forget, just quickly, aside from in the chat, and I thank you for being in the chat, after the video, if you could give it a like and put a couple of your, I guess, the favorite comments that you made or whatever under this, just makes the video look like it's being noticed, you know, and appreciated. Thank you. After it rolls, because the live chat, just in case you didn't know, the live chat does not display afterwards, I've noticed, unless you specifically select it to, and I often forget. So, yeah. Color is the wind, Daddy, is it blue? When he's playing with your hair, does it do the same to you? My face, there's a gentle breeze, a lighter shade. Just like his friend, just noticing the font's not showing all the lyrics. The sea, the wind feels blue to me. The blackbird starts to sing, Daddy. Do the flowers hear him too? When he's pouring out his heart, Daddy, tell me, what do the roses do? Scent upon the air, and its fragrance just a rose in. Sorry, was in what? Sorry about that. Just a rose in prayer. Give thanks to God for the blackbird song of love. Blackbird singing in the dead of the night. Wild and free. My daddy says you're alive. I'm thinking of $1 million now, you know. It's shaped inside. See them all. My daddy's eyes. You know, when I first got to that winter, they were mix. I know the grass is green, Daddy. It's with my toe. The snow up here is white, Daddy. I touched it, felt it with my nose. Maybe the color has to be, color has to love for me. And Daddy, I've been told that love is always gold. daddy said, you're a lot. My daddy said, you're a lot. Then it starts the information for the song again for some weird reason. Okay, I'm going to come and see your comments. Let me just close this. Oh, thank you. It's so nice. Oh, wow. It's so nice to have a friend here to see me doing one of the things I feel like I'm best at. And we have a second person here as well. Any Pink songs, any Sonny and Cher Cher songs rather. I mean, She sang with her often, but and nothing against him. I don't know much about him, to be honest. My brother was named Charlie. Did he pass away? Well, talk about serendipity, which reminds me of the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious for some weird reason, even though it's longer than even serendipity. Serendipitous. But yeah, I think I'm feeling Pink and Sonny and Cher. And I don't want to open up too much more in this tab, although I might already be keeping the window open for a while now. But trying to think of what Cher songs I like. I must think about Rick a little bit, but that was yesterday. Or if you have any other song requests, I mean, you know, I like I say, I'm pretty diverse with music. So, I mean, but I can't guarantee I'll know it. So make a few suggestions in general, because then I might. You know, if I was to be asked, though, what are my favorite bands, I'm more of a favorite songs kind of person. I don't follow a lot of bands closely. I don't know. But I don't know if you know the band, and I know it has a certain name, but whatever. The Bare Naked Ladies. Aside from Darius Rucker, who I did earlier in this, they're some of the ones that my mother, who's a bit picky, and that I personally think I do quite well. But okay. Well, if we want to go, and yeah, sorry to hear if you lost your brother so long ago. Even though I'm thinking of Bev a little bit and the Russells, Rip, Mark, and Marie. In fact, it's very interesting too that you were talking about MS the other day, and I mentioned my cousin as I had recently got a CD and was really in love with it for a while of BNL. Lady years. I'd love for Glenn to be able to join, but honestly, I only have a little bit more in me, and he's still doing something else. I could go ask if he's almost finished, maybe. But yeah, maybe that lady was wrong, or just Bev was going through something. I don't know if I should try again. But yeah, and anyway, so I think about this when I think about you and think about forever. I know you did it better out there. I did that one not that long ago. It's a Pink song, actually. What's it called? When I Get There. But I did it recently. I don't know. Okay, let me see for a moment here. But yeah, basically, so I guess because I had that CD a lot, we may have played it when we went for visits, you know, in their entertainment system. And I feel like maybe we went to a concert kind of close to where they lived. I don't think they joined us. His MS wasn't that bad at the time. I don't think they were both weren't into crowds, but it was an outdoor one, and I don't remember it being crazy crowded. Like people were able to dance around fairly decently. I think that was in Sarnia. I think I did. And this is actually a Canadian group, but they're fairly well known. So if I'm falling behind in the comments, but keep them coming, I'll look. And then, yeah, if you could, like I say, you already did like it, but if you could put a couple comments afterwards just to show the love there. I'm just looking through songs here. Sorry if my eyes are looking a little funny as I read and scroll. We have a song called "A Golden Boy," and we have a statue kind of thing here, pretty popular, called "The Golden Boy." Kind of surprised you can't think of any songs though. I don't think I've asked you this yet. Do you believe in heaven? Do you have any favorite songs that mention heaven? It's okay to feel the feels. Hopefully, you're around the best friend. Is anyone about you? I mean, it's human. There was a song I was thinking about a BNL aside from If I Had $1,000,000, but now I can't remember what it was. They have one called Is Somebody Singing? We have been watching a lot of Prices Right lately. And I know someone who was in the audience for it. Yeah, I still watch it, and there's a few triggers, but yeah, it's engaging enough. It's interesting, and sometimes I don't know what else to watch. But she passed after having cancer for a while. Might do this one. Yeah, because there's quite a few. Yeah, I sometimes. Do you ever feel signs and symbols from your loved ones, or do you ever feel them from the other side out of curiosity? I mean, I think the coincidences in this video already are that. So then I'm going to do It's All Been Done in just a moment. I think that Glenn would find this amusing, like a song about, and then, yeah, I don't know, we might not be able to get today, though. You did have the Walmart list open. We just got, but yeah, said we could do a $30 thing. I don't know if we get today, though, or early tomorrow, but. Oh, that answers my question. One of my new online friends is actually the only one watching, and she's enjoying it, and she's probably love to give you a compliment. Yeah, if you want to get yourself dressed, I'll do a couple more. I'm only going to do 3 songs, but then there was a bit of a quiet period, but now it feels worth it. So, by the way, I'm curious. Oh, and our dog may or may not be noisy, but maybe you'll send him downstairs. Actually, would you like to see? Well, you can go to my page and see Sunny. I'm curious where the name Kunai Sunny comes from, since it's not what you otherwise go by. And I was telling her, Glenn, that ironically this song. Oh, and I guess. Wow, Kaya Kuni reminds me of somebody from high school. I guess you feel that the guitar is not too tinny or too loud or whatever. Beautiful, and uni means university. No, just kidding. Dream. Oh, beautiful dream. Oh my goodness, I had a piano, a keyboard, and I've got one right here actually, and that one might be the one I'm talking about. And it has a built-in song thing. Yeah, just send them on down there. Look like you're going down for a while. Turn off the heat or something. Because it's warm up here. Thank you. Basically it had these built-in songs. I forget what it was called, but there was one called Beautiful Dreamer. And for some reason, and it was great. Anybody could play these built-in songs because you could pretty much just press one key over again and again, and it would just do. And the faster you did it, you could speed it up a little bit and all that. Cool. Anyway, it sounds like your friend and her son got home recently, so I don't want to be too much longer. But and Glenn, the other person I live with, the one who started this channel back in the day, and I thought he built all kinds of a following, but what key is this in? You're going to hear a pan flute, which is originally from Peru. This is in D, if it makes any difference to you. Oh, okay, just the sun came back? How old's the sun? Why didn't they come back together? I'm just a curious sort. What can I say? I'm not worried. I'm just curious. I'm going to get started. He'll hear that this mentions the Price is Right. I don't want to delay things too much here. If you have any songs that come to mind that you think would be good with flute, whether he ends up doing it as a solo or it's something I know and can join, that would also be a good question. You need to put, what's on. Okay, so believe it or not, Glenn, there's a song out there that's called The Price is Right. Oh, well, he's missing the great concert that mentions The Price is Right concert then. And by the way, if you like this and you're able to make a donation, that's also lovely. I mean, it's great that you're here and appreciating it, but we are low income and we have a hard time getting used. I think I mentioned that in the chat at one point, we don't drive, don't do bars, blah, blah. I don't know how the monetization thing works on YouTube, but I could also send you a link where you could send an e-transfer. I mean, it's optional, but hey, who says no to money? And speaking about money, if the price is right, here we go. I don't know if there's other songs that mention it, but. And then we have to go to Chester Gambada. Did you turn the heat off too?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll probably get too warm of this. Don't be too obvious. I met you before the. Make yourself on camera. Sorry. Usually don't have to tell him. He's just like, oh, I want to be on camera. Hi, the family that we don't have.
I don't think you can see.
All my friends and such, and my neighbor's dog, and. Whoever our dog is, I don't know. I feel your air. Sorry, we'll do this eventually. On my elbow.
Oh, I can't see myself, so I don't know what it is.
I don't know if we can move this some way that's better. Okay,
What?
I don't know.
Otherwise, I'm totally.
Here, you don't know if you can see yourself because I have it on the music page.
Yes. Oh, there I am. Bye. I'm visible.
She's not okay. Maybe someday, yeah. I guess times are tight right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, pay attention. Sorry. Okay, yeah, maybe too warm. Let's just blow it on my thing. I feel crap.
Of course, you're gonna feel warm if you're wearing a scarf.
So how did that look? I know we just looked, but we didn't look. Okay, that's well laid out. Okay, not too loud, eh? Because this is already pretty loud. She's wearing headphones. I don't, well, because somebody else is watching TikTok. Maybe you guys can switch and you can use the headphones for the TikTok, and then it won't be so big in your ears because this is a real good sounding guitar.
It's a real big guitar.
Yeah.
Big sounding guitar.
Or just don't use headphones and play it in the background of TikTok. Scroll. Do I want to make it faster scrolling? I think just a smidgen. Smidgen, I say. Sorry. It'll be worth it, as you know. That's too fast. So sorry. I'm just gonna. But if it's too slow, I have to stop and hit the arrow all the time. But I knew you before the fall of Rome. I begged you, let me take you home. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. This is laid out terribly as well.
Why not have it? How about a compromise? Have it on the big screen over here. We won't be.
It's not so much that. No, and
looking at the camera.
That's the thing.
Oh well, it'll be.
No, it's just that it was. I remember that one too from the past. It's just really inconsiderately laid out for a musician. This one's much better.
Oh, okay.
It's like says this line, then this line with the same chords, and this. I don't know. You can look later. I'll show you. I met you before the fall of Rome. I beg you to let me take you home. You were wrong, I was right, because you lied, so your name. It's all been done. It's all been done. It's all been done. We did piano recently together. I knew you before the best was won. I heard you say the past was much more fun. You're away out of mind. See you next time. It's all been done. Doing it there, just this chorus. It's all been done. And I remember it. It's all been done before. If I play this thing through for you, it's not it's all been done. It's all been done. It's all been done before. And more on a 30th century night. I see you on the Price is Right. Will I cry? Will I smile as you run down the aisle?
all been done. It's all been done. It's all been done before.
That one, if they put just a little bit more effort in it, they would have recorded it perfectly.
Don't let the stars.
We have a second viewer.
Hello.
Lovely, in my opinion. Thank you. I want to do one more BNL song. And then I'm ready to transition to other things, but do feel free to subscribe and hopefully you'll catch us often. And I know I sent you a video the other day, so.
Oops, I shouldn't do that.
That's
Don't let the
Christian.
stars get in your eyes. Don't let the moon break your heart. Love blooms at night. In daylight it dies. Don't keep your heart for me, cause someday I'll return.
I did hear.
You know that you're the only one I'll ever.
I heard something about this one recently. Sorry.
What's that? You interrupted me.
I'm sorry. Continue. But I'll just say that it made me think of. I'm going to watch for ideas for songs on Facebook more often.
Anyway. Yeah, that's sunny.
I thought you were going back to it, but anyway. Okay.
Oh, no, I don't have it memorized on the pan flute yet.
I don't know if I want to do this one.
Harbor lights, they only told me you were scrolling those same old harbor lights.
Wow, that's deep as can be.
That once brought you to me. You're lovely.
Very deep.
Why, thank you.
That one kind of hits the same vein.
In Norway, it's wonderful. They only have to deal with Putin and wait, but they don't have to deal with Trump. It's true.
So, any other flute songs you'd like to hear?
Oh well.
I'm asking.
Yeah, he's asking
Polita
me, not me.
Canasoni. I'm glad the second person's here, but they haven't even given a like. I'm asking if there's any other flute any songs that you think would sound nice on flute. I'm going to order more of this anyway, so I'm just going to stretch for a moment. You know, I have played flute a tiny bit. You like that word tiny, don't you? What if we should tiptoe through the tulips, da 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 da. Tiny Tim.
I played it, but I haven't learned it.
Tiptoe through the tulips?
Yeah.
And love the title. Oh my goodness gracious me. You know what? I'll consider that for next time. It's a bit of a trigger from my childhood, and obviously a sad movie I've never seen, but I have the VHS. But it is a nice song. I just don't know if I want to do it with Glenn because it might make him sad. It might make me sad for that matter. But maybe next time. Any other ideas? He doesn't know it on the flute already either, so
What song's that?
don't worry about it. It's from Titanic.
Titanic.
Take this sinking boat and we still got time and a hopeful voice to have it. I don't know you, but I want to. Sorry. Hey, just singing and flute has something to stand. Remember that first show?
I thought so.
But yeah, the second viewer hasn't said a like, hasn't said a comment. So just here. And I appreciate it, but oh, my back. See if we get any
This
comments.
is
I'm
the
just going to sit
pan
and get a seat for a moment.
I taught myself to play on. I assembled,
Wonder what the dog's
several other pan flutes that came in 2 rows. So it's falling apart, but it sounds nice. But it's really tough to play on the low notes. But it's best in tune with the guitar. So that's.
Let's go check on the dog. I'll be right back.
It also sounds nice, even though it's hard to play.
Just glitter. That makes me think of my mother and Mona by time. Oh, please not that song. Please, anything but that song.
Oh, anything with that
Yeah.
song?
I learned it. I learned about that one from the other version that you hate from that place that hated me. My friend is back in 10 minutes. Got to keep. Okay. I'm just annoyed the fact that I've been working on a show and I know you haven't touched it or whatever, but I know I wrote out the lyrics and chords to my song and cannot find them.
Some of them are downstairs, I think, on the piano.
It is?
Some of them, anyway, I think.
Okay, well, there should only be one.
Maybe a page or two.
Oh,
well, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Any songs about friendship? Any songs about...
Songs about friendship? I'm sure there must be several, but... I'll improvise a song about friendship. How's that?
Well, she's heard me. She knows what's there. That's the main thing. That's the main point I've been trying to get across. Almost good to leave, but she can't stay long, and there's only one other person here. Yeah, but quiet, because we hate for a bunch of people to come in and start expecting something. Well, they can go back to the beginning. I have an idea. Now it's on to one. Why don't you go down and start playing piano? If she could hear the barking up there, she'll probably hear the piano up here. And I will let that happen for a few minutes, and then we'll wrap it up.
Something like that. Okay.
And then I'm going to watch a video, and then we're going to have lunch. And then I'll have a nap, and then...
Something like that. Something like that will occur.
You can be married. The dog's whining downstairs for you anyway. So.
The dog is whining and we must go. The dog is whining,
she wants to hear you on the piano,
so we must go.
You have to keep them on track, although I do think that a certain place hated us because you were a little too improvised and I was trying to rein you in and they thought we were a mess. Anyway.
Okay.
They're lost. It's unfortunate because it was nearby in the kind of venue that we liked, but anyway.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
But she was an uptight, tutti frutti who shouldn't work in recreation anyway. Anyway, the beans have almost been spilled. Anyway, it's not our fault. Well, it kind of is. You know? And then the puppets only make it that much more wild. But anyway. Okay, so hopefully he'll be down there soon to play piano before you have to go. I don't know if what I want to play would be copyrighted or not, like just a general video. And I don't know if it's a topic. It's something about myself that I'd love to share with you in the chat. And it's not necessarily bad. I just don't know if I'm ready to yet. But well, maybe I should record memorial. That was so weird because Michelle Martin is asking him there's a page and doesn't know. and the sister liked it, and it's like, well, like I would have thought him or the sister, and if not, that the other two that I know of in the family would have done it and would have said that. So it's very strange. I don't know what he's doing.
Just repairing something.
Oh yes. Also, I noticed that you had the Walmart thing open, and must get that water and chapstick ordered.
Yeah.
And then there's like 4 items that Safeway later. But what I am thinking of doing. Oh, you're looking at Wilbacks. I see. I don't know if it's been re-added. Let me just see for a moment here. But I am thinking, and you can confirm when you get, if you ever get down to the piano. What is that from anyway?
It's from my tube of things.
And try not to get too distracted when you get down there. You can confirm if the song that's down there, I mean, whether I read my chicken scratch, but I do remember looking back at it that says, "Does this music been a part of me," or whatever, is on the piano.
What I thought might be what you're talking about is on. Sure, I will.
Okay, thanks. In the meantime, yeah, and there's those items. Yeah, I'm picky, and sometimes if something's really gross, it's like, ugh, you eat that. But there's a small part of me as a second viewer that just left because they're like, what the heck? He's talking, and suddenly there's opera in the background. I'm just kidding. But anyway, basically, kind of thinking, is there something, since we didn't get some of the items we ordered and this and that, we're making a second grocery list. So if there's any particular food that you want to suggest, I could use a bit of variety. But yeah, what I'm going to do, and then hopefully he'll play the piano and he'll holler that the song I'm thinking of is there. I'm working on a show, and I thought of a couple of cover songs today that I did in this earlier when you get a chance maybe to check it out, that I think would be good in it. But I spun out an original. Now, I don't have it all memorized, although I guess I probably have it memorized well enough. So I'll put it in here because I don't know if I have put it on here. I'm pretty sure I put it on, or maybe I just put it in the phone, in like the camera. So anyway, and then I'll go down and see that, and then you still up here? Yeah. Okay. So just while I'm doing this little bit of this song, I guess you can do whatever you need to do before you start playing. So I just know the routine a little bit. It's always been a part of me. It speaks right to the heart of me. And I'll share the rest of it later. I think that's what it does there. But yeah, it's fairly recently written, like I said, for this theater show. And if you ever get a chance to come to Canada, our winters are quite harsh. This one's it's been staying cold for quite a while, but I guess, I don't know, spring just seems like it should be here by now, but I guess it's not quite April yet. It's not even March. Oh, you did find it. Okay.
Your page from the Voynich manuscript. Look, it's a page from the
Don't show my
Voynich
messy.
manuscript.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. Yeah, it's true. I don't remember having brought it back up. Okay. So anyway, basically, so we have lots of festivals, and one of them I've often wanted to have a show in. And, because they get so many submissions, they have to do it random because it just wouldn't. But yeah, if you want to suggest a favorite food or favorite foods, that'd be cool. Just nothing too gross. But then again, everybody's definition is different. But I even think eggs are gross. I don't know. But anyway, basically, so they just do a random draw. Same with for the main stage performers. Like they have different venues and this and that for different theater shows. And I've been volunteering at it. But the main stage, which is actually where I last saw my friend. Yeah, I'm not much into fish, but yeah. I think you mean haha. But these days anyway. But it's gross actually. I find it. But anyway, that's me. But at the same time, there has been a couple of times where I've kind of really been craving a slightly blackened, nicely done piece of salmon. But anywho, basically, not to say some fish or anything. But yeah, that was the last time I saw my friend. I talked about that in yesterday's video, actually. It was at this festival. But anyway, basically, it doesn't matter if you're playing an interesting pan flute and a guitar or whatever, and that's unique and you're talented. It's just a random draw out of like a bingo, like a those things that you spin and you pull it out as we get a second viewer. And that's the same with the shows. I mean, they get so many submissions, and some of them, when they get them submitted, they're not fully polished yet, and they just can't. Plus, they don't want to know what the shows are ahead of time because they want to enjoy them during the festival, right? So, the deadline I missed for this year, but I'm hoping if I get enough stuff together that I will be able to do. He's gonna get lots of pamphleting in. Might say, can you make an exception, or if anybody cancels, can I get in? If not, maybe next year. But honestly and truly, although that would be, I don't know if they do a draw or just say, okay, we have somebody who's interested in coming in. If they cancel midway through the fest, they just say, try and update, and that just that's it. But if it's enough ahead of time, especially knowing that people have to prepare their shows, but it's one of my favorite times of the year and of the summer, then, there's a possibility. Things happen, whether it's with casting. I learned that, which is why it's just going to be me and Glenn, as much as I would love to, maybe I'll recreate a movie at some point or something, but and I don't know if I'd watch that one, but yeah, so basically, as we get a second viewer tune in, I'm just going to share this song that he found that I recently wrote as the one viewer goes, and I think I know who's still here. And it's in tribute kind of of my friend, and it is for the show that I'm working on, which would probably be the biggest thing I've done. And I know I had grandiose ideas when I did that other show and debuted it online. It'd be hard to find these days. It was just on a Facebook page. But the still was near the front door as I was coming in. But it's always been a dream. I've been a volunteer, and that's fun, and there's perks or whatever. But stepping it up would be, and Glenn's been in one, actually, Shakespeare one, but stepping it up would be, to being in one would be great. Either in somebody else's, which every now and then I'll see a post in a group or whatever, and I'll say, like, I'm waiting to hear back from a couple of people. But primarily it's, but I'd love to have my own. And the thing is that, that's the thing, is it's not never a guarantee anyway. Like, you could audition for somebody else's show and not get in either. So, or, the rehearsals or the audition place are too far away. But anyway, without